Hi friends, today I am going to talk about a very important aspect of CCP plan. The CCP plan is a core, is a heart of a HACCP system. It's an outcome of your HACCP system. So what is expected in this? As you are well aware that we have those 7 steps and 7 principles and 12 steps of codex, HACCP principles. So 7 principles when you implement, there is a requirement that you establish critical limits, you establish a monitoring procedure, you establish verification procedure, you establish corrective action. So corrective action followed by verification, and you establish record keeping. So all these aspects of 7 principles are put together into a single plan, and that is called as a CCP plan. So each CCP plan should mention that what is the CCP, which CCP, is it a process step or is it a control measure? Like in HACCP we were talking about process step, whereas ISO 22000 talks about control measure. So you mention what it is. Then what is the critical limit? The critical limit need to be addressed in case of CCP, describing what is the target level, what is the minimum limit, and what is the maximum limit. There can be action limit also. After establishing critical limit, you have a monitoring procedure. You need to establish a monitoring procedure. When you establish a monitoring procedure, you need to describe what is that you are monitoring, what parameter you are going to monitor, how you are going to monitor, what is the methodology, when you are going to monitor that critical limit or that CCP. So that is a frequency, and who is the person responsible for monitoring. And one more you can add, that is where, which location. So that becomes a complete monitoring procedure. Followed by this, there is a corrective action. In case of deviation, there is corrective action. It's a process, it can fail. There could be deviation in the critical limit and you need a corrective action. The corrective action should comprise of correction and corrective action. The correction is immediate step which is taken to control the process, to control the CCP. After you take a corrective action, then you think why it has happened and then you take corrective action. Many times we talk about root cause analysis also. But in CCP, you need to define what is correction and what is corrective action and who is going to take. Followed by this, there is a verification. So verification, 2 aspects again, verification of monitoring. So the monitoring is done, and for that monitoring someone has to verify at a defined frequency, and the methodology also need to be defined. It can be simple verification of monitoring records, but the verification is important for the monitoring aspect. We said whenever there is a deviation, there is a correction and corrective action, and you need to verify the adequate corrective action, whether the corrective action taken was sufficient, was effective, and it did not allow non-conforming product, potentially unsafe food to go out of the control. That is verification of corrective action. And all these procedures, all this data will put together, and that is HACCP plan, CCP plan precisely. I hope I am clear to you. Thank you very much.